Hi, hello, welcome to Anushree Tutorials. This is the continuation video of geometry topic. Let's learn about angles in this video. See, what is an angle? An angle is nothing but the distance between two rays which are starting from the same point. See here, what is that? An angle is nothing but the distance between two rays. See here, I have a ray and this ray. So here I have a ray OA and one more ray is there, OB. See here OA is one ray, OB is another ray. These two rays are starting from the same point O. Then the distance between these two rays, this distance is nothing but angle. So the distance between two rays which are starting from the same point is called an angle. See here, I have a ray OA here and I have another ray BC here. Here also I have two rays. If the distance between these two rays is this, the distance between these two rays, and this is not called an angle. This is not an angle. This distance we are not considering as an angle. So what is an angle? The distance between two rays which are starting from the same point. These two rays must be start from the same point. Here also we have two rays, but these two rays are not starting from the same point. The starting point of the two rays are different. So in this condition, this distance we are not considering as an angle. When we consider it as an angle, if the two rays starts from the same point, then only we are calling the distance between the two rays is an angle. And this angle generally we measure in degrees. See, if you observe in trigonometry, there we are using radian also to measure an angle. But see here, generally we use degrees only to measure the angle. Now see, here you need to remember two terms. One thing is the point where the two rays are starting. The two rays are starting at a point. This point we are called as vertex. What is that? Vertex. And the rays, the two rays which are forming angle are called arms. So this is one arm and this ray is another arm. So in this angle BOA, O is vertex, OB is one arm, OA is another arm. So how to represent this angle? We are representing this as the symbol angle BOA. Like this we will represent, or we can represent this or angle AOB. These two are same only. So this is nothing but the symbol of angle. So BOA is this angle only, or AOB also this angle only. We can represent an angle in these two forms. So these two are same only, and this is the symbol of angle. So in this BOA angle, O is vertex and OB ray, OA ray. These rays we are calling as arms of the angle. What is that? Arms of angle. So these are the basic terminology in angles. Now see the types of angles. So angles, we have different types of angles based on the measurement, and we discussed that already. The angle is measured in degrees. So the first type is acute angle. What is that? Acute angle. Now see what is acute angle means. If the angle measures less than 90 degrees, the measurement of an angle is less than 90 degrees, then we are calling that angle as acute angle. Here for my convenience, I am representing that angle as theta. See, this symbol we are calling as theta. If theta is less than 90 degrees and greater than 0 degrees. So, if theta lies between 0 and 90, then we are calling that angle as acute angle. So, generally if we observe acute angle, so the angle must be like this only. So here the ray AB and BC, two rays. This angle we are representing with theta. So if this theta is less than 90 degrees, then we are calling this angle as acute angle. Less than 90 degrees. It's not less than or equal to, less than 90 degrees. So see some examples. 67 degrees. 67 degrees is an acute angle. 89 degrees. 89 degrees is an acute angle. 2 degrees is an acute angle. So the angle which measures in between 0 and 90 are called acute angles. See the second type, that is right angle. What is right angle? The angle measures exactly 90 degrees. Then that angle we are calling as right angle. Only exactly 90 degrees. Not less than 90 and not more than 90. So see how it will be. Exactly 90 degrees means, see here OA is one ray and the other ray must be like this. OB is another ray. Then this angle we are calling as right angle. So here the theta value is always equals to 90 degrees. Generally a right angle we represent like this. See, this symbol we use to represent right angle. So generally for angles we use this symbol, but only for right angle we use that symbol. The third type, that is obtuse angle. What is an obtuse angle? If the angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. If the angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees, then that angle we are calling as obtuse angle. See, obtuse angle mostly falls like this. So this is OA ray and this is OB ray, and this angle, the theta, we are calling as obtuse angle because it is more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So in this condition we are calling this as obtuse angle. Now see the next one, straight angle. So straight angle is nothing but if the angle is exactly 180 degrees, then we are calling that as straight angle. The angle measures exactly 180 degrees, then it is a straight angle. Say a straight angle is like this, like a straight line. See here it is the starting point of two rays OA and OB. This angle we are calling as straight angle. Now see the next type, that is reflex angle. If the angle measures more than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees, then that angle we are calling as reflex angle. See how it is? If it is a straight line, it is straight angle. More than 180 means the second arm comes to this side. So this is ray OB and this is ray OA. So this angle we are calling as reflex angle. So this is theta and this we are calling as reflex angle. Now see the next type, that is complete angle. If an angle measures exactly 360 degrees, then that angle we are calling as complete angle. So the starting ray OA is this one. This OB also falls on the same ray. So complete angle, this total complete angle we are calling as complete angle. So this total is nothing but 360 degrees. The total angle we are calling as complete angle. Now the next topic in angles is pairs of angles. See, in that pairs of angles, the first type is adjacent angles. See which angles we are calling as adjacent angles. The angles which have same vertex. See here OA is one ray, OB is another ray. So this angle we have angle 1, and from this only we have one more ray OC, and here we have angle 2. So in this case we have two angles and these two angles have same vertex. Vertex is same for the two angles. For angle 1 and angle 2 the vertex is same. And these two angles have a common arm. See OB is belongs to angle 2 and OB is belongs to angle 1 also. One common arm is there and the same vertex these two angles have. So this type of angles we are calling as adjacent angles. So what are adjacent angles means? The two angles have the same vertex and have one arm as common. Then that angles we are calling as adjacent angles. So what is the first angle? Angle BOA is the first angle, And what is the second angle? Angle DOC is the second angle. So see here, first angle and second angle at same vertex only. For these two angles we have O only vertex. So first condition satisfies. Now is there any common arm? So here the arms are OA, OB are arms of this angle. And for this angle OC and OD are arms of this angle. Is there any common arm? No. So in this situation, this 1 and 2 are not adjacent angles. So adjacent angles means it must have common vertex and there must be one common arm for the two angles, which satisfies these two conditions. That angles only we are calling as adjacent angles. The second type is complementary angles. Complementary angles are nothing but if the sum of two angles is equal to 90 degrees, then we are calling the two angles are complementary angles or complementary to each other. See, if I have an angle 30 degrees, what is the complementary angle of this 30 degrees? 60 degrees is complementary to 30 because 30 plus 60 we will get 90. So, if the sum is equals to 90, then these angles we are calling as complementary to each other. Now, see the third one, that is supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles is equals to 180 degrees, then the two angles we are calling as supplementary angles or supplementary to each other. If you consider 60 degrees angle, what is the supplementary angle of 60 degrees? 120 degrees is supplementary angle of 60 degrees because 60 plus 120 we will get 180. So the sum of these two angles is equals to 180. So these two angles we are calling as supplementary angles. Now tell me, what is the supplementary angle of 30 degrees? Yes, it is 150 degrees is the supplementary angle of 30 degrees. So that is about supplementary angles. Now once see here what we discussed up to now. We discussed about angles. An angle is nothing but the distance between two rays which are starting from the same point are called angle. And this angle we are representing with theta and measures in degrees. And then types of angles. What are the different types of angles we discussed? Acute angle. Acute angle means if the theta measures less than 90 degrees and greater than 0. The angle lies between 0 and 90, we are calling that as an acute angle. And then what is right angle? If the angle measures exactly 90 degrees, then that we are calling as a right angle. What is an obtuse angle? If the angle measures greater than 90 degrees, more than 90 and less than 180, then that angle we are calling as obtuse angle. So obtuse angle must be like this. Straight angle. What is a straight angle? The theta measures exactly 180 degrees. If the angle is equals to 180 degrees, we are calling it as a straight angle. So this is the symbol of straight angle. And then reflex angle. What is a reflex angle? If the theta or an angle more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. The theta is equals to 360 degrees. If the angle is 360 degrees, then that we are calling as complete angle. And then we discussed about pairs of angles in the adjacent angles. What are adjacent angles? If the two angles have same vertex and a common arm, then that angles we are calling as adjacent angles. And then complementary angles. What are complementary angles? The sum of two angles is equals to 90 degrees, then we are calling that are complementary angles. Supplementary angles. If the sum of two angles is equals to 180 degrees, then we call that angles as supplementary angles. So that is about today's video. And in the next video, we will discuss about transversal, which is an important topic in geometry part. So hope you understood. Thank you.